So we're finally getting this old shed out of the yard. But check this out. After I got done cutting up all this wood the other day, I was picking up scraps out of the yard and I found this. And it looked really interesting. I'm pretty sure all of this is pine. This stuff is super lightweight. I think all these white spots might be frass. Or maybe not. I don't know. But it's giving it this really interesting look. Anyways, I had to figure out where this came from. So I came out to my handy dandy trash pile. And I found it. So whatever's going on with this piece, I got a whole board of it. I moved my tools outside because I've actually got a lot of wood to cut up for an upcoming video. Ran into a little bit of a problem right on the nose. Have to patch that. Yep, gonna need a dust mask. Don't want to be breathing in any of that fungal wood. Okay, so this next part is going to get a little bit more interesting. So one of the reasons I wanted to use this wood, I really liked how all the little white spots looked. But I did a test and dipped this piece in polyacrylic, and as you can see, all the white spots turned translucent. So it just looks like a bunch of holes. So I've been trying to figure out what I was going to do with it. And I did a couple of tests, and this actually turned out looking pretty cool. Filling all the holes with pearl powder and then resealing it. The problem is I have to clean out all the white stuff out of this first. That white stuff is actually cellulose. Apparently the white rot fungus eats away the lignin inside the wood and leaves behind white cellulose. So we got to clean all that out. That way we can basically inlay our pearl powder. Alright, I think that's about as good as I'm going to get that. Next step is going to be the pearl powder. Now that I got all the holes filled with pearl powder and UV resin, I need to sand down past the resin pretty much all the way back to the wood to take care of all these little bits of pearl powder that aren't in the holes. I don't want any pearl powder on the wood, I just want it in the holes. So all that has to be sanded. After an absolute ton of sanding, it's finally time to put on some wood sealer. Alright, this is just a dry fit. Looking pretty good. I need to figure out how much lead I'm going to have to add to this thing. I already got my center of gravity marked. Figured that out a minute ago. So now I'm going to add some different size pieces of lead and just visually see what looks right. So let's see, that is 5.5. This one is 3. So that's 8.5 grams. Let's give that a shot. Not bad. Alright, let's see. I'll add 2 more grams. That'll be 10.5. Actually, I might go with the 8.5 because I'm doing 2 clear coats and we have to put eyes in this thing. My mouse, stop editing my videos. Cool. I'm not sure which eyes I want to go with, so I'm making several colors. Alright, these are the ones that I made, and I'm going with these. They seem to color match the best. If you think I should have used a different pair, let me know in the comments down there somewhere. Oh my god, I gotta move a million things around to focus. I haven't tested this since I put any clear coat on it, so I hope this works. That would be very disappointing if it didn't. The only thing that I feel like I should have done different was make the top a little bit darker. Alright, let's see if it works. I'd say that works pretty good. Lose it as soon as I throw it in the water. Hitting the bottom a little bit. That thing swims very good. Dude, a big bass just jumped right over there. This is a pretty large bait compared to what I would normally be fishing. I'm pretty sure I made this 5 inches. Yeah, I really couldn't be too much more happy with that. All right, this is my last cast. I'm gonna quit fishing with it. I'm torn between selling it or just hanging it up on the wall. You know what? I think I'm gonna sell it. This will be listed on my Etsy shop whenever the video comes out.